Make that Jim Davis, down to about the 39-yard line. Make it the 41.
Mike Fortunato again, the 200-pound left defensive end from Regis. One of the defenders there on the stop.
41.
Second down. As the handoff goes straight up the middle, this time it is Buckner across the 40 to about the 38. Hit down by number 52, Steve Cavalier.
Now you got to wonder if they're going to put it in the air. Twice, two passing situations, you'd think they'd put it up, and they run the draw and run the delay. Looks like they'd have to put it up there this time.
Third down. About 18 yards to go. That's Davis in motion. Brookhart split to the right. Wheeler is back. He wants to throw. Has time. Sees Brookhart off his hands, incomplete. Good defensive play by number 14, Rick Giarratano, the quarterback safety.
There's a guy who likes to complete passes but doesn't like them completed against him. Good hit to break it up.
Fourth down. And Cherry Creek will have to punt. Sean Shadler back, along with Matt Arnold and Craig Campbell. Todd Buckner will punt. First punt of the day for Buckner. He averages 38 yards. He's now waiting. Wants to run. Looked like he wanted to throw, and he's going to be hit down at about the 42-yard line. A break for Regis. They will have the football. Really don't understand that, Steve, when you're ahead 14-6.
You know, I don't know if that was a called play or not, Ron. He had a low snap, but he had plenty of time to get the kick off. He might have had the option to decide whether they wanted to go or not. You got to wonder about that call, though. You could have put Regis deep in their own territory with just a couple minutes left.
So Regis now, with 2:40 to go in the first half, with a chance to get back in this. Good field position, ball on their own 40. First and 10. Jeff Farr on the setback. Handoff this time comes wide. It's Sean Shadler across midfield. Great run by Shadler. He pulls his way down all the way to the Cherry Creek 36-yard line.
Again, the misdirection, the great trap blocks in there, and suddenly Regis is back within striking distance. Let's take a look at the replay again. Giarratano spinning, handing off to Riley. He gets the big hole, and then he just makes some yardage on his own by breaking a couple tackles.
Sean Shadler, 160-pound junior, 33 carries.
Let's take a look at the replay once again, Ron. Giarratano again spinning. Riley coming back in, or Shadler coming back in over the middle.
First and 10, 37-yard line. Giarratano wants to throw. He rolls. He's about out of bounds, and he throws it away. He was getting some pressure from Rob Marshall, the big left defensive end, 6'6", 200-pounder, a senior. We got a flag down. A couple flags down.
And again, the pass rush from Cherry Creek beginning to take its toll on Giarratano. Not a lot of time to throw when you're under pressure, especially on a rollout pass. It doesn't give you much time to find an open receiver.
So now they will talk over with Cherry Creek middle linebacker Rex Peters if they want to take the penalty or not. Steve Alvarez on his way down to the field, where at halftime we'll have a big ceremony, an award ceremony.
Loss of down. Second down.
Giarratano threw over the line of scrimmage. That's the penalty. It's a loss of down. Second and 10 now from the 37. 2:07 to go, first half. Hope you're enjoying it. Cherry Creek out in front, 14-6. A good football game. Nobody's been able really to take control. Second down, 14 from the 41-yard line. Giarratano hands it off right up the middle. Won't be very much. Rob Marshall is there, number 77, to put the hit on Braun. Braun gets it across the 40 to about the 38. So with the clock running, 1:50 to go, first half, an unusual call by Regis, down 14-6. 3rd and 12, passing situation. Jim Keeley is split out wide to the left. He's the wide receiver. Giratano will throw, running towards Keeley. He's covered. He's going to try and hit him anyway. Falls down. There's a flag down. They may call pass interference on number 24, Brad Barton. Barton and Keeley were step for step. I was watching him down the sidelines. Barton appeared to have him well covered. Let's wait for the call. Barton and Keeley. It is. It's a pass interference call on Brad Barton. You see Giratano makes the throw. You be the judge. Looks like their legs may have got locked. Cherry Creek 14, Regis 7.
Pass interference on the defense. Automatic 1st and 10.
First down, the ball will be in the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, minute 24 to go in this half. Regis a touchdown back at 14-7. Giratano wants to throw again. Looks up top. He wants all of it. He's got Arnold in the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage down there. Matt Moe, the left halfback, had Arnold one-on-one and did the job. Giratano likes to sprint out, had good time, finally got blasted down there by Jeff Schmidt, but you can look at the coverage by Moe. He was on a tough receiver. Matt Arnold didn't have any help one-on-one and did the job. 2nd and 10, ball on the 24, minute 18 to go first half. Regis looking to tie this up with a touchdown. Giratano again, rushes on, screen pass, fight play, comes out to Sean Riley. Make that Sean Shadler, touchdown, Sean Shadler. 24-yard touchdown. Pretty screen by Rick Giratano. He got it to Shadler, and 25 yards later, a touchdown. Perfect screen. You see the rush. Dumped it out to Shadler. He had a couple men in front of him. Marco Capra, Steve Cavalier, they made the block. Shadler had the angle on the end zone. He outdistanced Rob Scavo, the safety. And now Matt Arnold with the extra point that could tie up the ball game. It is blocked. Some crazy quirks and turns in this game as the extra point is blocked, and so Cherry Creek will keep the lead. Minute 10 to go first half. Cherry Creek 14 and Regis 13. Yards and Regis back in the football game. They have cut the deficit to 1. Bruins 14, Raiders 13. Minute 10 to go first half. Kevin Murray will kick it off. So one of the short men will take it up at the 25. Out at Jim Davis out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cherry Creek with a minute 4 now to go in an entertaining first half of football. Cherry Creek's ready to go without a huddle. They're looking for more with a minute left. Wheeler hands it off straight up the middle of Tassone. Ron Tassone out across the 45 to about the 46. They'll go again without a huddle. Pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3. Clock running. 47 seconds to go. Handoff again. This time Wheeler keeps the ball. Across the 50, about the 44 of Regis. First down for Cherry Creek. They've got the ball in the Regis 45. Mike Newman made the tackle for Regis. Cherry Creek, 33 seconds to go. Clock running. This time Wheeler wants to throw. He wants all of it. Looks for Brookhart. Has him on the sidelines. Gets by Jim Keeley. Gets by another man. Look at the twist and turns by Brookhart. Down to the Regis 25, and he got out of bounds with 21 seconds to go. Fine reception by J.D. Brookhart. Cherry Creek now with a chance. 21 seconds left. They lead by 1. Looking for their first title to end many years of frustration. Brookhart is split wide to the right. Tassone, Davis, and Buckner. Handoff goes up the middle of Tassone. He's out to about the 20. And that's it.
43.
Timeout for Cherry Creek. They stop the clock with 16 seconds to go. Pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Spread Tassone wants to talk it over with Rick Wheeler. Game has gone back and forth. Cherry Creek got the opening kickoff. Fumbled on the first play. Regis recovered on Regis' first play of the game. Jeff Braun, their fine fullback, took it 30 yards for a touchdown to make it 7-0. Cherry Creek came back. They went 70 yards in 10 plays. Jim Davis went over from 15 yards out. They kicked the extra point, or missed the extra point, and it was 7-6. They then got it back in the second quarter after a fumble by Regis. Rick Wheeler went over. They went for 2 and they made it. Got up 14-7. Then Regis came back and just scored to get back in the game. Here's the last play, 2 plays ago. Look at these moves by Brookhart after he takes the pass from Wheeler. Nice spin moves right there. Young kid that age is great talent. Here's Wheeler. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and it looks like Regis has recovered a fumble. Either that or they've driven Ron Tassone way back. Number 62, Mike Fortunato, the fine defensive end. Look at it again. You see the ball on the ground. And Regis takes over. So the threat is over. 13 seconds left in this first half. So the fumble ends that drive. See if Regis looks to do anything. No, they don't. Giratano will just sit down the ball, and that'll end the first half. So we have had an entertaining first half of football. A little bit of everything. We've seen 5 fumbles in the game, 3 of them that have been lost. And Cherry Creek and Regis are 1 point away from being even. At the half, Cherry Creek 14, Regis 13. And it's been an interesting first half of football. Jeff Braun has been the man that has carried the ball most of the way for Regis. Cherry Creek has mixed it up with Davis, Buckner, and Tassone. Cherry Creek has been able to throw the ball a little bit better, but Regis threw it when they had to on that last drive to score a 25-yard screen pass. Giratano set it up nicely to Sean Shadler. They went 6 plays and 60 yards. Could have tied the game, but the extra point attempt by Matt Arnold was blocked. So at the half, Cherry Creek leads Regis 14-13. Now for our halftime. Second half of today's game is brought to you by Empire Savings, over $1 billion strong with 47 offices in Colorado, and by your Englewood and Boulder Crouch new car dealerships, and by the Public Service Company of Colorado. Some first half stats, Steve, and there's not a lot to choose from. Regis rushing has 147 yards. Cherry Creek has 170 yards. Regis passing the ball. They are 1 of 2 for 24 yards and a touchdown. Cherry Creek 3 of 4 for 28 yards. J.D. Brookhart has made all the receptions. Individually, Jeff Braun, the workhorse, 9 carries, 78 yards and a touchdown. Sean Shadler, 6 carries, 54 yards, and he has scored a touchdown. For Cherry Creek, Ron Tassone, 10 carries for 60. Todd Buckner, 9 for 31. And Jim Davis, 4 for 37. So basically a pretty even statistical show in the first half.
Yeah, that is characteristic of Cherry Creek. Of course, they're primarily a running game. It's interesting that Regis hasn't put the ball in the air more. But as we've seen it in the first half, the Cherry Creek pass rush has been pretty good. It kept Rick Giarratano on the move, even on the rollout passes. So that's having an effect on their throwing game. I think they're going to have to throw the ball better in the second half.
Now, something we talked about at the outset, Regis with 6 players starting both on offense and defense. Will it take a toll in the fourth quarter of a close game, one that has been a very physical, hard-hitting ball game?
Yeah, you got to wonder about that, but then again, the emotions are running so high right now that maybe the players can just carry themselves a little bit more than they would in a normal game. But I've got to think that Creek's got the advantage there.
Both teams looking for their first state high school football championship. Cherry Creek has been to the altar so many times. They've been in the finals and the semis for the last 10 years, or in the playoffs at least the last 10 years. Finals and the semis 6 times of those 10 years.
Well, you remember the big game a couple of years ago when they were stopped on the final play, win for 2 points against TJ.
Did that game on KOA radio. Ted Dorrance took the ball, went wide white, and was stopped on about the 1-yard line. They lost 20-19, and Herman Motz and TJ had the victory.
So they have been that close, and I'm sure Coach Tassone, I'm sure a lot of his players would like to get this one for him also.
Regis will get the second half kickoff. Both teams have established that they can move the football. I don't know if either team has established that they can really stop the other one.
Yeah, really surprising. As you mentioned, the momentum just seems to start to go towards one team, and then the other team brings it back. I think that shows that we've got 2 very evenly matched ball clubs.
Cherry Creek fumbled 4 times in that first half, and they lost 3 of them. They moved the ball down the last minute 15, got it down to the 25, and Ron Tassone fumbled. Regis stopped that drive.
I'm sure Fred Tassone talked to him a little bit about the fumbles at halftime, not so much probably getting on the players, to just tell them, guys, let's remember the basics that got us to the championship game.
We are about ready for the second half. Sean Shadler and J.R. Bernanzoni both have had a lot of work, are deep for Regis. Rob Scavo, number 21, will kick it off. I think that's Gene Mingo. Mingo gets the left foot into it. Good kick. We're underway. Boy, drops Bernanzoni way back. He runs it to Shadler. Bernanzoni picks it up. And he is stopped right away by an aggressive Cherry Creek special teams unit, headed by number 74, Steve Clevenger, down there to make the tackle. So Regis will go on offense first here in the second half of play. Glad you're with us from Jeffco Stadium as we will determine the 4A state high school football champion in the next half.
Hope it's as exciting as the first half.
Let's see, Steve, if Regis becomes a little more liberal on offense. They only threw the ball twice in that first half. As you look at Rick Giarratano, the quarterback. First down and 10, ball on the 16-yard line. There's the handoff, goes to Braun, bounces off a tackle. Look at Braun just pull it across the 20 out to about the 23.
Boy, he is a bull. Not that big of a kid, only 165 pounds, but he showed you there why he's gotten over 1,200 yards so far this season. Let's take a look at the replay. Braun is going to take the ball, and he runs into his own blocker, Todd Sims, but he just keeps on going.
Brad Barton finally made the hit. Second down and 3. Ball on the 23. Braun the lone setback. It's Braun again, out across the 25 to about the 26. That'll be close, probably enough for a first down. Pete Pavlakis, the left inside linebacker, number 56, 5'11" junior, made the tackle.
You know, Braun is the kind of guy, he'll get up slow at every play, and you think he's going both ways. He's got to be tired out. But as soon as the ball is snapped, he's right there again.
So first down at the Regis 26. Regis up front, Cavalier at center, Capper and Seams the guards, Gonzalez and Fortunato the tackles. They are two good ones on those tackle positions. There's the handoff. It goes straight up the middle again to Braun, out across, to about the 28. Rex Peters, the middle linebacker. Good look at him right there. 5'11" junior made the tackle.
So far, it's been the Jeff Braun show. Braun run right, Braun run left. As long as he keeps getting 3 or 4 yards a pop, though.
Braun 1,230 yards this year, 13 ball games. Second down and a long 8 from the 28. There's Shadler in motion. He's got the football to about the 30, maybe a little bit over the 30. Rob Marshall, Jeff Schmidt there on the tackle. Pickup of about 3, which will bring it 3rd and 5 from the 31.
All right, it's time to throw, Ron. Let's look and see if we get the play action to Matt Arnold, something that's been very successful for Regis so far this year.
Matt Arnold, number 83, is wide to the left. Giratano, he wants to throw. Wilson's blocked out over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Frank Cavalier, the tight end. Broken up, though, nicely by Reed Peters, the safety man, along with Rob Scavo.
Excellent play. Let's watch from the end zone now. Giratano comes out on a play-action pass. He stops, throws back over the middle. Excellent defense.
Cavalier could not get his hands on the ball, and Giratano will punt. Boy, Cherry Creek put a good rush on there. Comes down to Joe Thompson again, who had a big return in the first half. This time he stopped right away.
Yeah, Regis was lucky on that. Bob Wilson almost got a hand on that punt.
So Regis could not move their first time with the football. 9:19 to go, third quarter. Cherry Creek 14, Regis 13.
Only Chrysler has 10.9 financing on many new...
Down, here's his first run. Cherry Creek first down at the Regis 49. 8:26 to go. That's Davis in motion. Wheeler the handoff this time. It's Tassone. Big hole for Ron Tassone. Saving tackle by Rick Giratano as Tassone takes it all the way down inside the Regis 25.
All right, let's look at the replay. Tassone gets a big hole. Nobody touches him until he's gone 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. Then he does the rest himself.
Give a lot of credit to the middle of that Cherry Creek line. Watch it again.
Look at it.
Number 55, the center, William Warner, out there leading the way. Good blocks by both of the guards, Rabolo and Denton. And you see Giratano make the saving tackle along with Jim Keelan. Wheeler hands it off again. It's Buckner, another big hole. Down to the 15, close to another first down.
And that Cherry Creek ground game beginning to click now. Wheeler hands off to Buckner. Quick one off tackle. And watch the right side of the line just seals off. Buckner gets a lot of yardage, and they're just moving it right down the field. Here's another replay.
Mike Rabolo and Jim Cox, 62 and 73. Giratano and Arnold to tackle. It's a 1st and 10. Ball on the 17. There's the handoff to Tassone. Nothing at all. He is stopped right away by Mike Fortunato, the fine left defensive end, 6'1", 200 pounds, a senior.
Mike Fortunato, they call him the clutch player over at Regis. Most of the big plays that have happened for the Red Raiders, Fortunato has had something to do with it.
Lost it 2, 2nd and 12 from the 18. Cherry Creek has not thrown yet here in this second half. 7:13 to go, third quarter. Wheeler finally gives it to Buckner, the third man through. About the line of scrimmage, Steve, and nothing more is the right side of that Regis defensive line. Bob Taylor, Andre Johnson, stack up Todd Buckner.
Well, you know, the Cherry Creek ran right at him. The first 3 plays marched right down the field. Now they're going for a little misdirection, some handoffs. Watch the fakes by Wheeler. This guy is a magician. 1, 2, then 3 times, gives the man time for the trap play. But you got to give credit. Give credit to Gonzalez and Arnold. They shut it off.
Third down, 13 from the 19, a loss of 1, passing situation. Wheeler looks for his tight end, incomplete, overthrown. He wanted to find John Embry. The first time they've looked for their fine tight end today. And he was covered by who else? Rick Giratano, the do-it-all guy for Regis.
So the Regis Red Raiders defense bends but does not break again, stopping Cherry Creek once again deep in their own territory.
Embry, a great year, 24 catches, 480 yards, and 7 touchdowns. But
Ron, I talked to one of the scouts here, scouts for major colleges. He says that Embry is one of the top college prospects in the state. We'll talk a little bit more about that later.
6'3", 190 pounds. Tim Meyerhofer is on. He's kicked 4 field goals throughout the season. He'll try another one. That'll be a 37-yard attempt for Meyerhofer. Now we've got a flag.
Looks to be against Regis. This will give Cherry Creek the first down if that's the case.
Reed Peters was holding for Meyerhofer. It's an encroachment call on Regis. It's a fancy way to say offsides.
Yeah, not the first down. I take that back, but 5 yards closer. John Embry, as I said a couple weeks ago, Jerry Faust from Notre Dame was in town looking at someone else on films, and John Embry stuck out so much he was very impressed with him.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, still 4th down.
Ted Shield, the referee, that moves Meyerhofer 5 yards closer. It'll be a 32-yard attempt. Reed Peters, the defensive back, number 8, will hold. Cherry Creek trying to improve a 1-point lead. Good football game from Jeff Go. Kick is up. It is no good, off to the left. He just barely missed it. Did not catch that sliver of the left post. So Meyerhofer down. Oh, the agony of defeat.
Well,
6:25 to go, 3rd quarter. Cherry Creek hangs on to the lead.
We're back at Jeffco Stadium. The Regis Red Raiders have stopped the Cherry Creek drive. Tim Meyerhoff missing the field goal. Meyerhoff usually pretty reliable, 5 for 6 in the field goal department so far this year. And now Regis will start again from their own 20-yard line.
Cherry Creek defense once again to get a test. Tim Meyerhofer just wide to the left. Same situation for Regis. They've hardly substituted on offense. It goes up the middle to Braun. Out across the 25 to about the 28. Pickup of 8. 2nd down and 2.
The guards for Regis, Todd Sims and Bill Sronks and Marco Capra, all doing excellent jobs on the trap play. I don't know how many times they've run that trap with Braun up the middle, but it's done well about 85% of the time.
Pete Pavlakis, number 56, active linebacker, made the tackle. You'll get a chance to see it again.
See how these guards work now. The cross up the middle, a big hole.
2nd and 2 from the 28. That's Shadler in motion. The fake is to Shadler. Giratano still has the ball, and he's stopped right there by number 77, Rob Marshall, who got a hand on him and pulled him down.
Boy, Marshall looked like another running back in the backfield. He was right there.
Flag is down. But they have a face mask. They do.
All right, the replay again. Giratano now looking to roll. But look at Marshall. He's right there.
Grabbed it with the left hand. As Shadler was trying to block him away, you could see it there. Good camera work by our fellows.
Boy, you hate to see penalties like that when you stop somebody for a loss and then it turns into a big gain on the penalty. You got to wonder when Regis is going to start opening up more, Ron. They're only throwing a couple times in the first half. The next drive, they didn't really put it in the air. Beginning of the 3rd quarter, I think they're going to have to let it go a little bit more.
Well, let's get the call here.
Face mask on the offense. 1st down.
Automatic 1st down. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. If you see the penalties for the day, you would think Regis, if they opened it up a little more, Steve, could give Jeff Braun a little more running room. He's obviously the guy that Cherry Creek tries to stop. And
yeah, they're looking for him in the middle, no doubt about it. It's about time to play action off that fake.
A little easier to key on him when you know they're not going to throw the ball. There's Shadler in motion. He's got the football out across the 40. About to the 41. Gene Mingo made the tackle.
He's a good one, 6'1", 235 pounds, a senior, of course, the son of former Broncos star Gene Mingo. Got a lot of schools interested in him also, Ron. CSU and Oregon, just a couple of the schools that have expressed interest in Gene Mingo.
Second down and 8 from the 40. A little bigger than his dad.
Yeah, he's a pretty good size.
6'1", 235.
And he can move well for a big man. You watch him move laterally in the line.
Matt Arnold, number 83, in the slot to the right. Haven't seen much of him. It's a handoff up the middle to Braun. He's out to the 45. Rob Marshall got a hand on him, number 77, and pulled him down. Pickup of about 4.
Well, I guess you can't argue with success as long as he's going to keep getting the yardage.
3rd and 3 from the 45 as the clock ticking down the seconds here in this third quarter. 4:36 left.
Once again, the replay. The fake going wide and Braun coming up the middle for another 4.
Marshall just wouldn't let him go.
Marshall probably the quickest defensive lineman for Cherokee.
Big play here. 3rd and 3 from the 45. Normally they give it to Braun. This time it's to Shadler trying to run wide. Boy, he's hitting, he's down, he's short of the first down. Don Seaman made the first hit and brought him down.
Take a look at the replay. You're going to see the man who really broke it up. Rob Marshall almost gets to him in the backfield. That holds Shadler up for Zeman to get the tackle.
Zeman there along with who else? Pete Pavlakis. 4th and 1. Regis will punt. Thompson and Whitehouse are deep. Thompson's run 2 back already today. He'll be on the right side of your screen. Punt this time, though, will come to Whitehouse, who catches it in the 22. And tries to reverse his field and gets out to about the 27. Jim Keeley made the tackle, and Cherry Creek has the football. 3:29 to go, third quarter. Cherry Creek 14 and Regis 13. Back in a minute.
Gone, Cherry Creek with 2 running plays. Here's the first one. Todd Buckner getting about 4 yards. And here's the second play coming at you. This one, a fumble. Cherry Creek almost loses another one.
3rd down and 5 from the 33. Wheeler wants to throw for it under heavy pressure. He's got his man out there. It's Buckner. He's out to midfield. First down, Cherry Creek, and loses the football. It looks like Regis football, and it is.
It is. Another big break for Regis.
Number 38, Rocco Verretta. Great name for a linebacker. 6 foot, 165-pound senior. Turns a big Cherry Creek play into a big Regis play.
Now watch Wheeler. He gets away from the big rush and finds Buckner, who alertly came back under the coverage. And he makes a couple of good moves, gets by Giarratano. Then he just coughs up the ball when Bernazzoni puts the hit on it. Regis has it back.
1st and 10, ball at the 34. The handoff goes to Braun up the middle. Big hole, he's across the 40 out to about the 41, where Gene Mingo makes the tackle.
Think Braun's going to be tired tomorrow? Still waiting for Regis to let loose a little bit, Ron, start throwing the ball.
Well,
of course, 7 yards a pop isn't too bad for Braun.
here's one of the big stories. Cherry Creek has turned the ball over 4 times. You take those turnovers away and
Be a different ball game.
potentially could have a comfortable lead, but it's not the case. Regis is right in the ball game. Jim Keeley is wide to the left. Arnold wide to the right. 2nd down and 3 from the 41. Giarratano wants to throw. The rush is on. Sets up the screen to Sean Riley. So I don't know if they'll say he had possession or not. Yes, they will.
Yeah, that's a 5-yard loss. Here's the fumble again by Buckner. He just takes a hard hit by Bernazzoni. And Regis again coming up with another turnover.
And that next play, Riley would have been a lot better off just to drop the ball. He caught the ball, and the knee hit the ground, which signals he's down, and 5-yard loss. 3rd down and 8 from the 37. Giarratano will throw for it again. Throws incomplete. He was looking for Sean Riley. could not get it to him, and Regis will have to punt. The game, Steve, has just settled down totally here in this third quarter. Neither team been able to do a lot with it.
Well, the defense is now starting to show why they were two of the top defenses in the state, really shutting down the attack. Obviously, they made great adjustments at the halftime. Still think Regis is going to have to put it in the air a little bit more if they're going to get back into it.
Well, Giratano threw it a couple times on that series, so I think that's what you'll see.
14,
Giratano will punt. Thompson and Whitehouse are deep. This one will come to Thompson. Boy, he's hit immediately, and down he goes. Jerry Light made the tackle for Regis. So Cherry Creek will take over on their own 35-yard line. 20 seconds to go here in this third quarter, and the third quarter is basically, Steve, been a defensive struggle.
Yeah, we'll see if Creek is content to just run the ball, keep eating up the clock. Knowing Coach Tassone, though, I think he'd like to put a couple more on the board real quick.
Doubt they feel safe with a one-point lead the way this one has gone. 1st and 10, the handoff to Tassone, out across the 35 to about the 39. That'll be the last play of the third quarter. Quarters complete at Jeffco Stadium. 4th and final quarter coming up. The game still very much in doubt. Cherry Creek 14, Regis 13.
We have to plug up every hole. Okay.
Some people have been meaning to plug the energy leaks in them.
I think you're right. I think Regis is looking for it.
3rd and 3, Davis in motion. Handoff goes up the middle. It's Tassone again. 1st down, Cherry Creek.
Seem to be working a lot on the right side of the Regis defense. As you can see, they're going to just blow it out. Andre Arnold is a first-year starter over there on tackle, and they get right by him. Tassone, another big run. Tassone, 13 carries for 80 yards now. Buckner, 14 of 61. Braun, of course, the workhorse for Regis, 15 for 111 yards.
Cherry Creek mixes it up pretty good. 1st and 10 from their own 49. The handoff to the last man through is Buckner. Big hole, another 1st down. Cherry Creek at the Regis 39.
All right, let's take a look at the replay. Todd Buckner, and you will see why he is the top rusher for the Cherry Creek Bruins. He gets into the hole real quick, then makes a good move to get some more yardage.
Good tackle by Giratano.
Buckner over 1,000 yards so far this season.
Giratano must have at least a dozen tackles in his football game, which shows you how successful Cherry Creek's running attack has been when your safety man is making the majority of the tackles. It's Tassone again, another big hole. Piggybacks his way down to the 26-yard line before he's finally brought down by Rocco Verretta. Yet another 1st down for Cherry Creek.
All right, the replay once again. Tassone just on the straight drive, and look at the Bruins offensive line just blow them out. And there's Giratano in on another tackle. Ron, we talked about the guys playing both ways. I think you're beginning to see that it's taking its toll.
Verretta piggybacking, Tassone down. Tassone, Buckner, and Davis. They come at you in waves, this Bruin attack. 1st and 10 from the 26. 10:30 to go in the game. It's Tassone. Good run down close to the 20. Andre Johnson, the junior tackle, made the stop.
Replay again, nothing fancy. Just the straight handoff. Tassone going off tackle as they tie up Andre Johnson. Tassone, really the workhorse of this team. Out last week, as we said, with a shoulder injury, but he's a senior. Still a little bit tender, but he's going to be playing in this game, and he's done a fine job so far.
10:08 to go. Cherry Creek really hasn't used the pass in this drive at all. 2nd down, 5 from the 21. This time it's Buckner. Buckner, another nice hole. Loses the football. Mark Arnold has the football. Regis has taken over.
All right, let's look at it again. Can you believe another fumble by the Bruins? Buckner getting through another good. Gets a good hit. Somebody stripped the ball away. Looked like Jeff Schoninger stripped the ball away, and Matt Arnold is going to come up with it.
So Cherry Creek, which looked like they were going in for a big, big score, turns it over again. 5 fumbles today for Cherry Creek. .9:51 to go in the 4th quarter. every play now. Loons is the biggest. Cherry Creek, 14, Regis, 13. Back in a minute.
We are back at Jefferson County Stadium. Cherry Creek has just given up their 5th fumble. The Creek offense, 16 first downs, but too many fumbles.
1st and 10 from the 17. Giratano hands it off to Braun. At the 20, he's hit by Gene Mingo, and he'll go down. Mingo, Matt Moe, all there to greet Braun. Pickup of about 2. Make it 2nd down and 8. Clock not a factor yet, but it will be shortly. 9:30 and counting down. Both teams looking, Steve, for their first title.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on the Cherry Creek pass rush. That's going to be a key factor late in the game.
Marshall, Schmidt, Mingo, and Bob Wilson. 2nd down and 8. From the 20, Giratano is back, rolls to his left, puts it up, incomplete. He was looking for Matt Arnold, but he overthrew him badly.
Looked like Arnold had some room in between the defenders. He did just overthrow him. Don't be surprised if they come right back and throw that pass right to the other side.
Well, 9:09 to go at this point in the game. With a 3rd and 8, you would think they'll have to throw the ball. Giratano did it 199 times this year with a lot of success.
16 TDs, 10 interceptions.
Steve Cavalier, number 52, the center, will get it back to Giratano. He's back to pass. It's going to be the screen again, this time to Shadler. Won't work, though. Jeff Schmidt, number 75, really used speed and quickness to bring down Shadler and set up a 4th down.
Boy, Jeff Schmidt came in hard on the rush. They let him get by. When he saw the screen, he looked like a running back turning on the speed to get to the outside to make the tackle.
Brad Barton, number 24, there as well. Giratano will have to punt. Cherry Creek should get great field position.
Giratano has not had the luxury of having much time to punt so far in the game. He's had to get him off quick.
They went for the block and didn't get it. It'll come down to Scott Whitehouse. Takes it to his own 45. He runs wide. Gets a block. Here he goes. He's down the sideline. One man to beat. Out of nowhere. It looks like he's going to score. Down to the 4-yard line. The play of the game for Cherry Creek. It has been broken open by number 26, Scott Whitehouse.
Watch him take the ball on the right sideline. He turns, and this is a set play. They're going to run the return left. He gets one great block, too, and he's in the open. The only man left was Rick Giratano, so Whitehouse elects to cut back to the right. And he's going to get tackled down at the 5. Ron, you said one big play could break it open, and there it was. Despite 5 turnovers, Cherry Creek is now at the Regis 4-yard line, knocking on the door.
1st and goal from the floor, Scott Whitehouse. 51-yard return. Hand off to Tassone. He's down to about the 3. 2nd and goal.
Let's get another look at this one from the end zone. Watch Whitehouse haul it in. He immediately heads left. Johnson is right there as his lead blocker. He shields one up. You see a couple blocks just off the side of the screen. They really lay it on. There's a big hole, and he breaks down the sideline. I've seen this guy break 2 for touchdowns so far this year. He is a man who comes up with a lot of game-breaking plays for the Bruins. Really sparks the team.
Gene Gonzalez, fine 2-way tackle for Regis. Comes off.
Ron Tassone on that carry. 18 carries for 110 yards now.
2nd down and goal. Tassone again, close to the goal line. Touchdown.
Let's take another look at it. Nothing fancy, just the workhorse, Ron Tassone, pulling his way in for the touchdown. Bruins breathing a little bit easier on the sidelines now.
But Tassone could take time out from worrying. He'd probably be awful proud of young Ron. Well, Regis jumps in. Were they offsides or were they drawn off?
And with Regis jumping in, moving the ball now, Fred Tassone right ahead, sending the troops back in. Looks like they'll go for 2.
It's a very big extra point. It's 20-13. They lead by 7. If they get either 1 or 2 here, either way, Regis has to score twice. If they get 2, they have to score twice.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. The defense.
Well, let's see what they do. In most of these situations, it's just been a straight dive to Tassone.
They will go for the 2. Awful big play in this game. If they get it, Regis has to score twice. Hand off to Tassone. He's in. It was Buckner. Excuse me, it was Todd Buckner who got in. And all of a sudden, Cherry Creek is in command of this football game. 7:26 to go. The Bruins of Cherry Creek 22. The Regis Red Raiders 13.
Conversion. That means Regis will have to cross the goal line twice.
Well, if Regis wasn't throwing the ball much before, they certainly will now. Mingo will kick off. Bernanzini on the left. John Sadler on the right. This one will come down. Bernanzini will take it on the 10. He's got a convoy in front of him. Good run back by Bernanzini. Gene Mingo, the man that kicked off, made the tackle. About the 27-yard line. And now the pressure squarely on the Red Raiders of Regis.
Well, the question isn't whether or not they're going to throw. It's the type of throwing offense they'll go to. Will they go to the straight drop back to save time? Or will the Cherry Creek rush be too much and they'll have to go for the sprint out?
Regis may not pull this out, but they got a pretty fair football player there, number 14, Rick Giratano. Been active on defense, done a good job as the quarterback. The handoff to Braun. He's out to about the 30, pick up at 2. Don Zeman there to make the hit. Bob Zeman's got to be awful proud.
And now, Ron, they've got to start looking at the clock with under 7 minutes remaining in the game. You can't take a long time to grind it out on the ground. You've got to go to the air.
Well, they've got Matt Arnold, who caught 32 passes this year for 470 yards. He's wide to the left. Bernanzini, number 23, is in the slot to the right. Braun, the only setback. That's Bernanzini in motion. He's got the football. He wants to pass the ball. He looks for Arnold. He's got a step. He had the ball, but it was broken up at the last second by Brad Barton.
Let's take a look at this one more time.
Halfback option.
He heaves it, but the ball hung up there for a while.
You can see he had Barton beat by a step.
He did. Gave Barton time to come and just get the hand on it. Bernanzoni throwing the ball. It just hung up just a little too long. Looks like Braun is down. Could have an injured ankle. I suspect we'll see him back in within a couple plays. He's a tough one.
So Jeff Braun gingerly walking off the field. He's had a fine afternoon. Bernanzoni had Arnold out there, got him the ball, just hung up in the air a little bit too long. It gave Brad Barton, the senior halfback, time to come back and get a hand on it. 3rd down and 8 from the Regis 30. Big play for Regis. They just got to convert. Giratano wants to throw for it, moves up in the pocket, over the middle. It is intercepted, picked off by Matt Moe of Cherry Creek. First down, Bruins. And there is a flag down on the field. I think it came down on the run back, Steve. We'll have to wait and see.
Somebody got a hand on the ball. Matt Moe alertly picked it up, bobbled it for a while, but got control and headed to the sidelines. We'll just have to wait to see who the flag's on.
It's a clip on the run back, so Cherry Creek will retain possession.
Let's take a look at it both ways now. Giratano rolls, stops. He looks back over the middle. Somebody gets a hand on it. There's Mo. Got an interception last week in the semifinals. Comes up with a key one here. Matt Mo, 5'8", 155-pound senior. All right, let's look at it one more time from the end zone now. See if we can see who got a hand on it. Number 57, Rex Peters tipped the ball, and Matt Mo was there. That's a tip drill. You work on it every day.
Ted Shield gave us the call, a clip on the run back. So Cherry Creek will be moved back to the 45, but more important for them, they've got possession with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. They'd be very happy just to ground out 3 or 4 first downs here.
They sure don't want to fumble it again.
Well, they've overcome the fact that they've fumbled it 5 times today.
Give credit to both the offense and the defense. Coach Fred Sassone may very well be getting that state trophy after 21 years of trying.
Regis will have to gamble a little bit now. I think you'll see some of their players tackling the ball. Brookhart come wide to the left, bottom of your screen. And that T-Bone Bear, Buckner, Davis, and Scott Whitehouse. And Whitehouse has the ball. He's out to about the 48-yard line. Whitehouse right now, one of the heroes after that 51-yard punt return. Pickup of about 3. Second down and 7 from the 48.
There's Fred Sassone and his troops. Still nervous, I'm sure.
Well, I would think. This has been a crazy game, and there's still 5:17 to go. They're up by 9. Rick Wheeler has done a fine job today. Hand off to the first man through. This time it's Buckner. He's out just about to midfield. Rocco Verretta, number 38, made the tackle. You can see Cherry Creek has gone a little conservative here. Third down and about 7 from the 49.
Well, they know that the clock is on their side now. Even if they don't get a first down, they punt. Regis will be deep in their own territory. They've got to go a long way to get back in this one.
4:40 to go in the football game. Cherry Creek in control of the lead and the football. They've had so many chances over the past 10 years. Could today be the day? Officials have stopped it. Delay of game on Cherry Creek, so that'll cost them 5. Move it back to their own 45.
The offense, third down.
I don't think you'll see Cherry Creek put it up as you look at the penalties now that are basically even. It's been a good football game, and it's been nice to be able to bring it to you on Channel 4. It's been a long time since the high school final has been on television in Colorado, and we're happy to do it. Wheeler will throw. Sets up the screen. It's intercepted. Picked off by Gene Gonzalez, the defensive tackle. That call, Steve, rather hard to believe.
Extremely hard to believe, Ron. Let's take a look at the replay. Just over 4 minutes left. Wheeler dropping straight back. Going to go for the screen. Don't know why. Gonzalez comes up with it. Now Cherry Creek is deep in Regis territory. Can't understand that call at all.
First and 10 to Regis 29. I wonder if we can look at that again. I don't know if anybody hit Wheeler's arm or not, but the ball just, it was a dying quail out of there.
Looked like somebody got a hand on it.
See if somebody, Steve, got his arm.
All right, Wheeler dropping back.
Nope.
No, he just kind of flipped it out there.
Made a bad throw.
No, it's not a bad pass receiver.
Closest man to the ball offensively was right tackle, number 73, Jim Cox. So Regis now with new life. First and 10 to 29. Giratano wants to throw. Got a good block. He just run it out of bounds. Now he throws it away. There's a flag down.
Now we're getting intentional grounding, I think.
Could be intentional grounding. Could have been a late hit. Could have been throwing it over the line of scrimmage. Any number of things. Intentional grounding.
Officials doing a good job in today's game.
Regis has had a lot of opportunities, Steve, just for one reason or another. He's only been able to come up with 13 points. Discussing this now with Pete Pavlakis. .359 to go. Regis given new life here.
A nice gift from Cherry Creek to keep the Raiders alive.
But they have any chance, they have to get in here. Get the call.
Intentional grounding. Loss of down on the offense. Third down. Second down.
I think it is second down. Ball is back on the 35. So it'll be second and 15. Arnold, Matt Arnold wide to the left, top of your screen. Here comes the rush, you won't get it off. Cherry Creek blitzed even on top of everything else. Gene Mingo was in there. Jim Price was in there, was playing for Jeff Schmidt. And Giratano back to the 40-yard line.
If you don't have time to throw, let's take a look at the replay. He sets up, but he doesn't have any time. Big rush by Cherry Creek.
Bob Wilson, Jim Price, Gene Mingo, they were all there. 3rd and 21 from the 40. 3:19 to go. Giratano back again. He'll set up the screen. It goes to Shadler. He's got a couple blockers in front of him. Brad Barton's got him on about the 31-yard line. Pickup of about 10, which will make it 4th and 11, and I think Regis just has to go for it.
Oh, no question. The screen pass has worked effectively for him so far in the game.
Been one of their best plays. They scored the touchdown on that late in the first half.
You get a big pass rush like Cherry Creek, sometimes that's often the best thing you can do, work off that hard pass rush.
Gene Mingo is out of the ball game. 4th down. Fans are up as Giratano is back. He looks. It is picked off. Cherry Creek has the football. Rex Peters, the middle linebacker. And that should about do it.
Giratano again had to throw under pressure. Rex Peters right where he should be, comes up with the interception. Let's take a look at the replay from the end zone. Watch Rex Peters, 57 in the center of your screen, drops back to his zone, just simply waits. There it is. That will about do it. Just 2:22 remaining in the 4th quarter now. Rex Peters coming up with a big interception.
Cherry Creek, 2 minutes and 22 seconds away from euphoria. 2:22 to go. Cherry Creek 22, Regis 13. Back in a minute. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left in this football game. Cherry Creek has it. 1st and 10 from their 29. Steve Alvarez on his way down to the field, where he will bring us hopefully some interviews with some of the heroes today. Somehow I get the feeling Cherry Creek will not be throwing a screen again. Wheeler still has the football, keeping himself on the option. It's out across the 30. Clock running, 2:10 to go. Second down and 8. Wheeler again, this time the handoff to Sohn, out about to the 33. Jeff Schoninger, who's had a good game, the left inside linebacker, made the hit. You wonder what's going through the mind of Fred Tassone. 20 years, the head coach at Cherry Creek, He has been there before 10 straight years, the last 10 years in the playoffs, 6 times to the semis of the final, but never a championship. So close 2 years ago when one of his running backs was stopped on a 2-point conversion on the last play of the ball game. It's been a long 2 years since then, but Tassone on the brink now with 1:46 to go. Dick Giratano and his crew have done a great job. Regis has come in here underdog and given Cherry Creek everything they wanted. They grabbed the lead, stayed within 1 through most of the game, and then early in the 4th quarter, a 51-yard punt return by Scott Whitehouse broke it open. This has been a lot of fun to watch. 2 well-coached, motivated football teams today. The Cherry Creek players start to hug each other. They start to sense that, yes, we have finally broken through. The wait is over. 3rd down and 5, 1:46 to go. Regis jumps off sides. Unless they were drawn, and I don't think so. Now's the time on that Cherry Creek side when you want that clock to just get right down there. The Regis kids hoping for a miracle. They were given a chance.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd down and a little less than a yard. The ball between the 38 and 39-yard line, which really isn't important anymore, only the time. 1:46. Buckner, Davis, and Tassone, the starting 3 behind Rick Wheeler. They only need a little less than a yard. Hand off to Tassone. I think he's got it. He's out to the 40. Regis takes another timeout. Stops the clock with 1:41. I believe they've got 1 left, and that's it. Well, no, they didn't take a timeout. Excuse me. I thought they did. Referees just wanted to move the yard markers up. So the clock rolls at 1:32.
Ron,
go down to Steve Alvarez.
All right, as you can tell on the sidelines, the players beginning to get already celebrating. They're talking about how people had said they had choked before. No choking today. A tremendous effort. Let's go back upstairs.
Hand off to Whitehouse. He's out bowling his way close to midfield before Rocco Verretta makes the tackle. 1:08 to go. And Regis is not stopping the clock. I know they have some timeouts left. I guess they understand the futility of it all. Motion starting to bubble over now for Cherry Creek and their fans. 50 seconds, the clock running. 2nd down and 2 from the 48. There's the pitch, comes back to Buckner. He's got a couple blockers in front of him. Skitters across the 50 and out to the 48. Rick Giratano, what a great game he had, number 14, made the tackle, and Regis now does call a timeout. Gene Gonzalez, their fine defensive tackle, is limping, as you can see on the left side of your screen. He'll need help to get off. 35 seconds left. I think that picture kind of says it all. Been the culmination to a great year in high school football, and for that, man, you get hugged by your kids like that, I think that pretty much is what you get out of this game. Cherry Creek has overcome 5 turnovers. They just had their chances today. They just couldn't get it in there enough, and they allowed Cherry Creek the one big play, the 51-yard punt return. Wheeler will just fall on the ball with 35 seconds left. In fact, Kevin Reedy standing way back there just in case there's a problem. Let's see if Regis stops the clock again. 25 seconds and rolling. They won't stop the clock. There it is, Fred Tassone. The wait is over. A champion after 20 years at Cherry Creek. It's been a hectic, controversial week. And here is the countdown. Champions, Cherry Creek. Well, the frustration of 20 years is over. As you see the Regis kids and the Cherry Creek kids. What pictures. Fred Tassone talks with Jeff Braun, the kid who had such a great game at fullback. Cherry Creek has waited a long time, and now they can enjoy. Regis Day will come. They have a fine young team. Bob Wilson hugs Fred Tassone. It is over. So that is it. Cherry Creek wins it 22-13. Congratulations to the 4A State High School football champions. We'll be back for more in just a minute. Cherry Creek the winners. And for weeks and weeks, there will be celebration at Cherry Creek High as they're still jumping for joy. For the Regis kids, it seems like tough times right now, but they'll look back on it someday and know they had a great year and a great season, and they gave it their all. Both players, both teams still on the field as you see Dan Reeves ready to make the presentation. He's enjoyed the football. It has been a special year, and it's been an intriguing, interesting week. Talk about de-emphasizing football. I think this was a pretty orderly crowd. Two good football teams, a very successful afternoon. And we hope you enjoyed it if you couldn't be here. It's been a long time since we've seen high school football on television. And there's something special about it. Let's go down and see if we can talk with Steve Alvarez now. Steve?
All right, thank you, Ron. As you can tell, it's a madhouse down on the field. We're trying to find head coach Fred Tassone. I guess you know who's number one. Let's go back upstairs for a minute.
Well, thanks very much, Steve. Apparently, things still rather emotional down on the field. The Cherry Creek have never won one, and they're going to celebrate this one, gang, that's for sure. And so that is it. We hope you enjoyed it. It's been an entertaining afternoon as Cherry Creek, the 4A football champions. Final score, Cherry Creek 22, Regis 13. This game has been brought to you by the Public Service Company of Colorado, by Empire Savings, over $1 billion strong, with 47 offices in Colorado, and by your Englewood and Boulder Crouch new car dealerships. We hope you'd enjoyed it this afternoon. Once again, the final score,